Welcome back to English with Tom and Julia, the podcast where we grow together in English, in mindset, and in life.
Today we're talking about something every adult secretly struggles with. The lessons no one teaches you. The ones you must learn on your own.
These lessons shape your confidence, your habits, your relationships, and honestly, the direction of your life.
You know, Julia, the older I get, the more I realize something a bit uncomfortable. No one is coming to save us. No mentor, no teacher, no course magically upgrades our life. Most of the change comes from lessons we had to learn the hard way, the ones we had to teach ourselves.
Absolutely. And it's funny. People often think self-learned means you learned alone. But actually, it means you were the only one responsible for noticing the pattern, accepting the truth, and fixing the problem. Teachers can guide you, friends can advise you, but no one can do the inner work for you.
Right, and those self-learned lessons hit different. You don't forget them. You don't need to reread a book, because they came from experience, usually painful, inconvenient, or embarrassing. But those moments are where real growth happens.
Exactly. And you know what makes these lessons even more powerful? They usually come from contradictions, like when what you want clashes with what you actually do, or when the world keeps giving feedback you don't want to hear, but you hear it anyway.
And I think that's why today's topic matters. We're talking about the lessons people don't teach you in school, the things you figure out after making mistakes, losing opportunities, or hitting emotional walls. Stuff like discipline, communication, boundaries, confidence, all those real-life skills.
Yes, because everyone says learn English, learn productivity, learn confidence, but nobody teaches you how to learn yourself. And without that skill, everything else becomes slower, harder, and more frustrating.
So, in today's episode, we're going to break down those lessons, the ones we wish we had learned earlier, and the ones we know listeners will eventually have to learn on their own. But maybe we can help them learn faster.
If you're listening and you've ever thought, why didn't anyone tell me this earlier? This episode is for you. So let's jump into our first self-learned lesson. And honestly, it's the one that hurts the most. No one is coming to save you.
Yeah, that sentence feels heavy, but it's also incredibly freeing once you accept it. Growing up, we kind of expect someone, a teacher, a boss, a partner, a friend, to appear at the right moment and guide us out of chaos. But adulthood hits different. You realize you're the main character and the repairman and the tech support of your own life.
Exactly. And let's admit it, most people don't even know what they want for themselves, so how could they possibly show up to fix your problems? Everyone is busy fighting their own battles, managing their own fears, and trying not to fall apart.
You know what's funny? When I was younger, I used to wait for the right moment, the perfect job, the perfect opportunity, the perfect motivation. But nothing changed until I realized the right moment is created, not given.
That's the key. Once you understand no one is coming to save you, you start building systems instead of waiting for miracles. You stop expecting people to read your mind. You stop blaming others for your lack of progress. You turn responsibility into power.
Right. This lesson isn't about isolation. It's not saying you should do everything alone. It's saying you are responsible for initiating the change. People can support you after you start, but they won't start for you.
And honestly, it's empowering. Because once you stop waiting for someone to save you, you realize you can save yourself with small steps, consistent habits, and a clear sense of direction.
Yeah, life becomes less about who will help me and more about what can I build, what can I change, what can I learn. And I think that's where the real transformation begins.
If you're listening right now and you've been waiting for the perfect push, this is it. No one is coming, but you are capable. And that's the good news.
Let's move to lesson 2, the one that shattered my teenage dreams. Discipline beats motivation every single time.
I used to think motivated people wake up inspired every morning, like they roll out of bed with fireworks in their chest. Turns out, no. Motivated people are usually just disciplined people in disguise.
Facts. Motivation is emotional. It goes up when life feels good, and it disappears the second things get boring, stressful, or uncomfortable. But discipline? Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. It's the system that makes you show up even when you're tired, annoyed, or completely unmotivated.
Right. Motivation is like a spark. It's exciting but temporary. Discipline is the engine. It's not glamorous, it's not fun, but it keeps you moving forward even on your worst days.
People think successful learners are naturally driven. But honestly, the difference isn't intensity, it's consistency. 10 minutes every day beats 3 hours once a month.
And the wild part? Discipline actually creates motivation. When you see progress, even tiny progress, you naturally feel more inspired. So the trick is, don't wait to feel good before you start. Start first. Then the feeling will follow.
Exactly. Discipline is the bridge between I wish and I am. And the moment you understand that, your entire learning process changes.
All right, lesson 3. And this one changed my life in ways I didn't expect. Your environment shapes you more than you think.
Absolutely. We like to believe we have strong willpower, but if your environment goes against your goals, your willpower doesn't stand a chance.
If you're trying to study but your room looks like a laundry volcano, if your phone keeps screaming notifications every 10 seconds, if the people around you always complain, gossip, or give up easily, guess what? You're going to absorb that energy, even if you don't want to.
Humans are sponges. We copy the energy, habits, and standards of the people we spend time with. If everyone around you is growing, you grow. If everyone is stuck, you stay stuck.
And it's not just people, it's your physical space too. A clean desk makes you want to sit down. An English podcast always playing in the background makes your brain absorb naturally. A bookshelf, a notebook on your table, even one sticky note with a goal, these things push you without you noticing.
And here's the part people underestimate. You don't need a perfect environment. You just need a supportive one. A tiny change, like moving your phone away while studying, can shift your entire productivity.
Exactly. Fix your environment and your habits follow. Surround yourself with the right people and your standards rise automatically. Your environment is not a decoration. It's a system that silently decides who you become. Let me share a quick story. In my early 20s, I kept waiting for the perfect moment to improve my English. A perfect job, a perfect schedule, perfect motivation.
Did that moment ever come?
Nope, not even once. But one day I realized something simple. The moment I was waiting for was never going to arrive. So I created my own moment. I started with 5 minutes a day, and that small step changed everything.
I love that. It shows how powerful self-taught lessons can be when you finally accept them. Here's a quiet but life-changing lesson. Your mind is the one place you will live forever.
You can move cities, change jobs, switch relationships, but your thoughts follow you everywhere.
If you don't learn to manage your thoughts, the fear, the anxiety, the overthinking, you'll never feel at peace.
But when you learn to talk to yourself with kindness, everything else becomes easier. Studying, working, even speaking English confidently. One more lesson that no one tells you. Growth is invisible.
Yes, you don't notice yourself becoming more patient. You don't notice your English improving day by day. You don't notice your mindset changing.
But one day someone says, "Wow, you've changed." And you realize all those small efforts were working all along.
Growth doesn't announce itself, it whispers. So here's our message today. Life is full of lessons you must learn on your own, but you don't have to learn them alone.
Every step you take, even the small ones, makes you wiser, stronger, and more confident. Your future is something you build, piece by piece.
And if you're listening to this, you're already on that journey.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. If this episode helped you, inspired you, or made you think,
Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who needs it.
we appreciate you. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.